Really happy to have on the phone with me today a guitar player from a band that I've liked for a long, long time who have had a very busy last couple of years. They're going to be in Montreal on July 17th and touring across Canada this summer. Phill Collen from the band Def Leppard is on the phone. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great, thank you. How you doing?
I'm good. This has been an incredible last, I dare to say, last 24 months for you guys because you've got some really, really crazy news last year about being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah, we did. It's on a really good trajectory. I think there's a lot of really great things happening with us. An Indian summer with our career. It's what was really cool last year. We managed to do a stadium tour with Journey, and that was amazing. And it's just been going up ever since then. We just done we're on a tour right now of Europe, mainly doing like festivals and stuff. But we're in Milan right now in Italy. And that's we're doing just like a regular arena here, and we played Prague last night. So yeah, it's pretty incredible. And Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, all of these things, they just keep kind of adding up, and it just keeps kind of pushing us. The trajectory keeps going up. So yeah, we're digging that for sure.
What I love about you guys is you have this fighting spirit that has been, it's been with you guys throughout your career. No matter what the odds, you guys always manage to come out on top, stay relevant, and just keep building this band. And a lot of bands that get to the point where they're getting inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame might have slowed down a little bit, might have, kind of gone away and enjoyed other aspects of their life. But you guys have not stopped rocking.
No, actually we haven't. I think we haven't really achieved what we wanted. We feel we've been unfairly dealt a weird, we had two huge albums, and it didn't really kind of go with other bands who have sold like that. We felt that there should have been a lot more. So it's just starting to pay off. And on top of that, we don't feel that we sound good enough. So we constantly keep improving it. The singing gets better, the playing gets better, songwriting, everything about it. It's meant to improve all the time. And I think that if you're an artist, that's what you want to do. You can't just be sitting around and on your laurels or something you've done before and just leave it at that. No, it's really important to us that we keep improving, and the age thing doesn't seem to make a difference. It's certainly not in this anyway. So no, it's really cool. We're in a great place.
Yeah, I don't think age at all plays a factor with you because, I've seen how you look even over the last 10 years, and I mean, I wouldn't want to go swimming next to you. I know you're very advocate about, you're a big advocate for animal rights and you're a vegan vegetarian. I'm also a vegetarian. I know for myself being 48 years old and feeling better than I ever did in my 20s, how much of that do you think can you attribute to that diet change? Because I know for me, it was definitely the pivotal moment for me.
Right. I mean, it is the main thing. I mean, I do know a lot of unhealthy vegans and stuff, and vegetarians as well. But I think it's being active as well. It doesn't mean killing yourself, like going on a marathon every other day or anything. But I think you just have to keep the blood flowing. I mean, you just look at history and you look at people who have succeeded in that kind of way, and they've kept active mentally and physically. And I think that the diet thing is way too much. There's so much junk and poison and stuff. And then on top of that, with the meat thing, obviously that it's been like 35 years from now, 36, I'm not even sure now, but I actually couldn't do it. It actually made me feel sick, dead bodies and rotting carcasses and all that stuff. And I just felt that, something shouldn't have to die just so I could, satisfy my taste buds. So that was the main thing that got me. But obviously the benefits of eating, that are kind of, that's a huge thing, obviously. But even with that, you still got to watch how much you take in. It's easy to get carried away,
Absolutely, yeah. And being
and carbs and
yeah. And being a vegan, I imagine being a vegan today versus being a vegan 35 years ago. I mean, you have so many more options now. It seems like the world is slowly waking up.
I actually can't believe it. It's almost like being in a parallel universe. The other day, I was in Prague, and it's the former Czech, well, it's the Czech Republic, but before, and we've played it loads of times over the years, you'd starve to death, and my 1-year-old son Jackson was out with me as well, and we went to this amazing vegan restaurant. They said, "Oh yeah, everything's totally vegan in here, except for this one, wrap thing. Everything else is good." And he just eats the same as what I do. He's chowing down. But it was amazing, and I was actually thinking this would never have happened. I can remember when I first became vegetarian. It was really a real struggle, especially going to Japan or Europe, in places in Europe, and it's just changed so much. There's so much great stuff.
I know that you're not only with Def Leppard, you're busy musically, but you also have other projects. The last time you put out a record with Man Rays was 2011. Do you have more plans to do music with Man Rays?
We do. It's just getting the time. There's more Delta Deep stuff as well, but and I was kind of toying with the idea of actually just doing a solo album and just putting all these kind of ideas and having all these people that have been in these bands guest on it. But I don't know. It's just getting the time for that as well, because we're like really crazy busy. We have started recording new material and writing it for sure. But so that's for Def Leppard anyway. So I think we'll probably do some of it like I did the Tesla album. I produced a new Tesla album, and we done it while we were on tour together. We'd find a back room or dressing room, a trailer or something, and record different parts every day, and it worked to a treat. It was just because we were on tour together at the time, it was just an inspiring thing. It was just constantly playing, and then you're recording and writing. So I think if we do something like that, it's just kind of it's really important that we put new music out as well. Def Leppard, that is, and it's it's got to be kind of totally inspired all the time, and that's what we like to be.
And it must be a nice change from the early days when you're on tour, and it's more of a debaucherous attitude versus hey, let's take some time and produce a record.
Yeah, I mean it was very different, and it was so expensive back then. As you probably heard, we'd spend years in the studio and just rack up all the studio time and rentals and God knows what, accommodation, flights and road crew, everything. It was just so expensive. So I think with the way the technology is and the way that everything's kind of caught up, you can kind of definitely cut out some of that middleman thing that gets in the way of you actually your art, really. It's it kind of slows everything down. It's a drag. So so we're really pleased that we can actually do that in a different kind of context.
Yeah, and rather than being in a studio with Mutt and putting down like 200 vocal tracks, did you guys really do that many tracks on some of those on those songs?
Yeah, we still do actually. So even when Mutt's not with us, we actually learn from him. He is the best, and we still do that actually, without a doubt.
It's your sound.
It's great. He started saying off. He kind of infected us with this kind of this thing, and it's like, well, if you want it to sound, immortal in that, it actually takes a lot of work and effort and everything, and that goes with the songwriting as well. So a lot of the stuff took so long because of that. It wasn't just to make it perfect or anything. It was just it had to be right. It had to have the right groove. It had to have the right kind of spirit and everything else. So no, we still do that, and it's kind of cool.
Well, I'm really, really thankful for you taking the time today and talking to us. A Def Leppard show is an event. It's always a great time, and I really feel you are truly the backbone of that band, in my opinion. You're a great guitar player, and you seem like a great human. So, thanks for taking the time and chatting with us. And
thank you.
All the best out there on the road, and be safe.
Absolute pleasure.